Greetings, peace, love, and wellness, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I am Samari of Ready to Enlighten, and today we are on day 11 of my 30-day, 30 minutes a day yoga challenge. I'm so excited to be here again with you today. So if you're ready, grab your mat and let's get started. We'll start off in my favorite yoga pose, Tadasana, which is mountain pose. Here we are grounded and rooted and strong in our body like a mountain. We'll have our feet planted firmly to the ground, about hip distance apart, arms out to the side, fingers spaced wide, shoulders back, head gaze forward. And here, we will take a moment and take some deep inhales to really bring ourselves into our present body, into our present moment. We'll take a deep inhale, drawing all the energy from the base of our feet, inhaling. And exhaling. And we'll take a deep inhale again from the nostrils, pulling in all that energy. And exhale. One more deep inhale. And exhale. And right now, let's take a moment and set an intention. Setting the intention, whatever you want to receive from this practice, receive from your day, receive in this moment. Whatever that may be, it don't have to be big, it don't have to be small, it could be whatever you want it to be. It could be something simple as listening, being more present, feeling the energy in your body, or allowing yourself to be in a relaxed state, allowing yourself to be in self care mode. Whatever it be, just allow yourself to be present in it. Bringing that thought to your mind, eye, and receiving it. And now, when you set this intention, or release that intention, allow it to be as if it is already done. We'll begin. We'll come to the top of the mat. We'll start off with some sun breathing. Here, we'll keep our feet planted into Tadasana still. Then we'll inhale, reaching our hands up above our head, chest lifted, shoulders back, fingers space in between our fingers. Breathing here, stretching and reaching up towards the sky, feeling liberated in our spirit. Then we're going to exhale and hands from the hip, diving down towards the ground, allowing the fingertips to touch the mat. Breathing here, really allowing ourselves to be in our body, allowing any thoughts to fall out the top of our head and be grounded into the mat. Here we are in surrender mode, surrendering to our body, surrendering to our awareness. Then let's bring our hands to our shins, come up halfway, flat back, looking forward. Then we'll exhale, bringing our hands back to the mat. Then we'll take a deep inhale and lifting up, hinging from the hip, rising up, expanding our hands up into the air, heart gazing up. If you want to take a back bend, receive that back bend in your body. Then exhale, releasing our arms out to the side. Then we're back into Tadasana. We'll do that again, just warming up the body. We'll take a deep inhale, rising our arms up, reaching through the fingertips. Exhaling, hinging from the hip, folding forward, diving down towards that mat. Fingertips touching the mat. Breathing here. Surrendering here. Then we're going to inhale, come up halfway, hands on the shin, flat back, looking forward. Exhale, bringing our fingertips back down to the mat. And then inhaling, hinging from the hip, reaching through the fingertips all the way up to the sky and taking that back bend if you feel we want to. Then exhale, allow our hands to fall to the side. We're back into Tadasana. Breathing here. Now we'll go a little bit deeper in that sun salutation. We'll take a deep inhale, rising up again. Exhaling, folding forward, diving down towards the sky, towards the floor. Here we will bend our knees, plant our hands to the floor, step our legs back into high plank pose. Here we'll lower down to the floor into chaturanga. Feel free to release your legs flat to the mat or on your tippy toes. Then we'll press into the mat with our hands, lifting the chest, shoulders back into upward dog, head lifted. If you want to look towards your right, tilting on the toes. And if you want to look to your left, tilting the opposite way, giving ourselves an additional stretch. And come back into center, shifting away back into our hips, pushing ourselves away, hands to the mat, feet to the mat, walking ourselves out here, breathing. Inhaling, exhaling. And then we'll release the walking, keeping our feet planted to the floor. We'll breathe here for 5 breaths. Turning ourselves into an upside down V. Having our back flat. Two more breaths. One more breath. And when you're ready, we'll step our feet up in between our arms and fold here. Then we will lift from the hands, hinging from the hips, rising up powerfully, arms again, lifted towards the sky, taking that back bend. And then bring our hands into a prayer mudra above our head and channel that energy down to the center, into the heart space. Taking a deep inhale, exhale, and releasing that self out. Receiving that energy. We'll do that one more time. We'll take a deep inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forward, diving down towards that mat. Bringing our hands planted to the mat firmly. Stepping that feet back into that high plank pose. Fingers spread wide to get a grip and lower down. Again, feel free to release your legs to the mat. Push up. Lifting through the chest, shoulders back into that cobra pose or downward upward dog. Breathing here. And if you want to look towards the right for that additional twist, and if you want to look towards the left, then come back center. Push our hips back into the air and to downward dog. Breathe here. Walking ourselves out. And then we'll release the walking and keep our legs planted to the floor, either on your tippy toes or fully on the foot. Flat back, breathe here for 5 breaths. And one more breath. Here, we're going to keep that left leg planted. Extend that right leg into the air, straight up into the air. And then bring that right leg in between our arms. Turning that back left leg perpendicular to the mat. Keeping our arms on the inside of that right leg. Breathe here. Then we'll bring our right hand underneath that right leg. Then we're going to bring this left arm around, bind our back, and create a bind here. Opening up, opening through the back, breathing here. And then we'll release our hands back to the mat. Then we're going to take our right hand on the outside of that right foot and step that right foot back. And then get the opposite side, keeping our right leg planted, extending that left leg into the air, bringing that left leg in between the hands, bringing both hands on the inside of that left foot, turning that back foot perpendicular, then taking that left hand, loop it under the left leg, and bring that right arm around it, taking that bind again. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, we'll bring both hands to the mat. That left hand on outside of that left foot. Extend your foot back and walk yourself out. Breathing here. You can release the walking and just stay in this pose for 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, step, walk, or jump your feet up in between your palms. And fold here. And let's take our bind or fold in our arms and just hang a little heavy here. And just rest. Breathing here, turn ourselves into a rag doll. You can take a bend in your knees, whatever feels good for you. We'll just take a moment here. Then we'll release our hands back to the mat. Then we'll take this right arm and twist open. Breathing here, lifting that arm into the air, gazing at that right hand, and release that right hand back down to the mat. Then we'll get the opposite side, bringing that left hand up into the air, twisting open. Breathing. And release that left hand down. Then we'll come up, bring our hands to our shin, come up halfway, flat back, looking forward. Then we'll fold back down. Then we'll take our swooping arms and hands from the hip, rising all the way up to the top. And then again, if you want to take that back bend, and bring our hands into that prayer mudra, into the heart space. Bring it on down. And we'll take a deep inhale. Exhale. And release. Oh, that felt good. That one really felt good. Now, we're going to keep our legs planted, toes in towards each other. Then we're going to sit back and sink low, as if we're sitting in a chair. And as we're sitting in the chair, we'll reach our hands up high, turning like a slant in our body. Imagine we got an invisible ball in between our knees. So from this position, it looks like this. Just breathe, squeezing that ball. Then we'll bring our hands down into a prayer mudra. Then we'll twist open, bringing that left elbow to that right knee. Really connecting to our internal organs here. Giving our back a twist. Just breathe. And then we'll come back to center. Again, stretching in the back, elongating the spine. Then we'll bring our hands back to that prayer mudra and twist open on that left side. Allowing the knees and the elbow to connect. And we'll come back to center, extending the arms out again. And let's gently begin to open our legs a little bit and bring the butt all the way down towards the floor into a low squat. Here, both feet are to the floor. If it can't be completely on the floor, as close as on the floor you can get, and just sink down low. As comfortable as your body feels. Just opening ourselves to be grounded in this moment. If you want to rock from side to side, open the hips more. Feel free to do that. Just breathe. And when you're ready, we'll release our hands to the floor and come into a seated position. Here we'll hug our knees. And we'll bring our hands a little bit behind us for support. Keeping our feet planted to the floor, we're going to go into some boat poses. Keeping our feet planted to the mat here, just breathe. Chest lifted, hands engaged to the mat. Then when you're ready, kind of shift your weight back into the arms and lift those legs up into the air. Breathing here. Allow your arms to be the support. And if this is enough, stay here and breathe. But if you want to take this pose deeper, go ahead and bring your arms parallel to the mat. And release those legs. Bringing the feet together to touch, allowing the knees to spread wide. Breathing here, just flap those legs. Allowing ourselves to be open. Then we'll go back into bow pose. So we'll go in the traditional way. So we'll keep our feet planted to the floor and take a bind, a hold right behind the thigh where it's that fold in between the knee. Then we'll shift our weight back to our tailbone and extend these legs into the air. Still keeping that bend in the knee. Just breathe, having the back erect and straight. Try not to cave in the back and shoulders. And breathe here. And if you'd like to take this pose again deeper, go ahead and extend your hands out to the side, right next to the legs. And breathe. And if you want to take it even deeper, extend those legs straight out, as we was in first. And release. Bring the feet together again to touch. Take a hold in them, let the knees flap. Breathing. Then we'll extend our legs out. Bringing this right leg to you. Taking that bottom of the foot to the inner thigh on that left leg. And here we'll just stretch here, just breathe here. Allowing that knee to be open if you want to press open a little bit more. Then we'll extend our arms up into the air and reach towards that left toe or shin, wherever you're at. Just stretch and breathe here, hinging from that hip. Breathing through it. And when you're ready, we'll release that. Bringing that right leg down, shaking that out, walking that out. And we'll get the opposite side, bringing that left foot to the inner right thigh. And breathing here first. And again, gently pressing on that left knee to open it up more in the hip. Take any notice of any tightness you may feel, any holding, any resistance. With yoga, we allow our body to give us needed information. This is like a sacred time of communication where we just listen as with each moment, each movement. Then we'll take our hands and reach them up toward the sky. The hands from the hips fold forward towards that right foot. And wherever you're at, just breathe into it. Again, listening to any tightness. Allowing the breath to allow us to release even more. And when you're ready, we'll release that. Walk that out, shake that out. Then we'll bring this right leg to us. Bring it up and across that left leg where the knee and the meets. Taking his left leg, bend it towards the back of the body. Here, we'll wrap our arms around this right knee and just breathe. You want to rest your head on it. Breathe here. Just allowing us to be hugging on ourselves. This is a way to nurture yourself and feel good about your body, wherever it's at in this moment. If you want to release your hand and bring that right hand back and grab a hold of that right toe. I'm sorry, that'd be the left toe. Just twisting open. Allow your abdomen to twist open. Looking back at that right shoulder, right hand. Right here. And when you're ready, we'll release that. Take that out. Walk that out. And get the opposite side. Bringing his left knee to us. Taking that left leg, bring it across that right. Then we'll take this right leg and bring it towards the back of the body. Again, we'll just fold onto that left knee. Just hugging on ourselves. The way to just thank our body for showing up for us each day. Gratitude to whatever level of wellness it is. For without our body, we've been transcended. So it's grateful that the body is well, keep us where we are at this moment. And then if you want to, we'll go ahead and bring that left hand back and grab a hold of that left toe, right toe. Just twist open. Two more breaths. And when you're ready, we'll release that. Shake that out. Walk that out. Then I always got to end with one inversion at least. So we'll lay on our back and go into a bridge pose. That'd be a good way to end it. We'll keep our hands planted flat to the mat. And then when you're ready, we'll lift up our hips and lower back off the mat. Bringing our shoulders together as if you want them to touch. Keep ourselves lifted, breathing. The heart is above the head. The hips are lifted. And when you're ready, we'll slowly roll ourselves down vertebrae by vertebrae. And when we reach the bottom, we'll go ahead and bring our feet to the outside of the mat and allow our knees to touch. And we'll breathe here. Then we'll release our hands to the floor, feet back together, feet back, hip distance apart, hands on the floor. We'll do that one more time. And when you're ready, inhale, lifting up. And when you're ready, release yourself back to the mat slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. And again, bringing our feet to the outside of the mat, allowing our knees to touch. And feel free if you want to touch your room. Just breathe here. Then we will bring our knees to our chest, hugging it and rocking it, giving our back a little massage. Then we'll allow our legs to come out straight. Creating space in between it, space in between our arms, space in our fingertips to get ourselves ready for Savasana, which is conscious resting. Here we will allow ourselves to be, allow the energy we just created in our body to flow. This is a moment to just rest. Feel free to stay here as long as you want. But if you're ready to come out of this pose, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Wash your wrists around, bring your mobility back into the body. And we'll bring our knees back into our chest, hugging and rocking. Then lift ourselves up, come into a seated position. And at this time, I would like to bow to you, thanking you for clicking on this video and sharing your practice with me today. We officially made it to day 11 of my 30-day yoga challenge. So if you like this video, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, peace, love, and wellness.